Have you ever wondered where cats really come from? Not just house cats, not just the ones you see sleeping on your sofa. I mean their ancient origin. These mysterious creatures, who purr when they're happy, and sometimes just stare at nothing, have a story that goes back thousands of years, and some of it might surprise you. By the end of this video, you'll not only know where cats come from, but you might start noticing your own cat doing things that connect to its ancient past. So, stay until the end, because I'll also ask a question that might change the way you see your cat forever. Cats, as we know them today, are part of the Felidae family. This family includes lions, tigers, leopards, and cheetahs. Yes, your cute little kitten is related to a lion. Now, scientists believe the first true cats appeared around 10 million years ago, but house cats, the ones who curl up on your lap, came much later. The earliest domesticated cats are believed to have originated in the Middle East around 9,000 years ago. They were not pets at first. They were partners. Farmers in the Fertile Crescent found that cats were excellent at keeping grain stores free from rats and mice. Imagine this: thousands of years ago, cats quietly stalking the shadows of early human villages, becoming indispensable, and slowly making themselves part of our lives. By 4,000 years ago, cats were fully revered in ancient Egypt. They were seen as magical creatures, guardians of the home, and even symbols of the goddess Bastet, the cat goddess of home, fertility, and protection. Cats weren't just pets. They were almost sacred. People believed that harming a cat, even accidentally, could bring bad luck or punishment. Here's a curious fact. Some families even mummified cats, just like humans. Imagine that. A small cat curled up in linen, resting for eternity. And ancient Egyptians also noticed something we all see today. Cats are incredibly stealthy, quiet, independent, and sometimes completely unpredictable. Ever wonder why your cat stares at a wall, or suddenly sprints across the room at 3 a.m.? Some scientists believe it's part of their natural hunting instincts from thousands of years of surviving in the wild. Question for you. Have you ever seen your cat behave like a tiny predator? Comment below your strangest cat hunting moment. Cats didn't stay in Egypt forever. They traveled. As humans traded goods across the Mediterranean and Asia, cats traveled to merchants, loved cats on ships. Why? Because ships attracted rats, and rats attracted disease. Cats became shipmates, protectors of the cargo, and slowly, travelers across continents. By the time of the Middle Ages in Europe, cats were everywhere. But here's an interesting twist. Cats weren't always loved in Europe. During certain periods, they were feared. Some even associated cats with witchcraft or evil spirits. And yet, somehow, they survived. Why? Because cats are independent, clever, and adaptable. Now, let's get a bit scientific. Modern house cats are descendants of the African wildcat, Felis sylvestris libica. Even today, if you look closely, you'll see their wild instincts shining through, hunting tiny objects like bugs or toys, stalking quietly before pouncing, climbing to high places to observe. Genetic studies show that all domestic cats come from a single domestication event in the Middle East. Think about it. Every cat on Earth descends from cats that lived near humans 9,000 years ago. Your cat, your neighbor's cat, even the stray cats in the street, all connected. Here's something cool. Cats have a special collarbone that allows them to squeeze through tiny openings. They can rotate their ears 180 degrees to hear prey. A cat's purring can actually heal bones and reduce stress in humans. And here's a mystery. Why do cats love boxes so much? Some scientists believe it's an instinctual hiding spot, a remnant from their wild ancestors. A place to stay safe while observing their surroundings. Also, you notice that cats sometimes bring gifts, like dead insects? That's also a hunting instinct. But in ancient times, this was a way cats communicated with humans. almost like saying, "Look, I caught something for you." Now here's a question for you. If cats were first revered in Egypt as magical creatures, and they spread around the world as hunters, ship companions, and sometimes feared animals, do you think your cat has any ancient magic in its blood? Comment below. What's the strangest or most mysterious thing your cat has done? I want to read your stories. Some of them might be truly unbelievable. So next time you see your cat, sleeping, purring, staring at nothing, remember, this tiny creature has walked alongside humans for thousands of years. It has survived ancient civilizations, sailing ships, and even superstitions. And it still carries the instincts of its wild ancestors. Cats are mysterious, clever, and sometimes downright magical. And maybe, just maybe, they're watching you a little differently than any other animal, because they have a history humans can barely imagine. So tell me, what do you think your cat is really thinking when it stares at you silently? Comment below and share your theory. I guarantee the best stories will blow everyone's mind. Now let's proceed to dog. Every dog you see today, whether it's small, fluffy, playful, or even lazy, comes from something very different. Something wild, something powerful, something that once lived far away from humans. Dogs were once wolves. But the real question is, how did a wild animal that used to hunt in packs become the loyal companion that sleeps next to you? And even more interesting, why did wolves choose to trust humans in the first place? Because, believe it or not, humans didn't just domesticate dogs. Dogs might have domesticated themselves to understand dogs. We have to go back thousands of years, long before cities, long before farms, even before civilization as we know it. There were wolves, strong, intelligent, social animals. They lived in packs. They hunted together. They survived together, and they were extremely cautious of humans. At that time, humans were also hunters, moving from place to place, trying to survive, and at first, humans and wolves were competitors. They hunted the same animals. They lived in the same environments. They avoided each other. But something changed. Scientists believe some wolves began to stay near human camps, not to attack, not to hunt humans, but to eat leftovers, food scraps, bones, easy meals. Now imagine this moment. A wolf, watching humans from a distance, slowly getting closer over time. Not aggressive, not attacking, just observing. And the humans noticed something too. These wolves were not dangerous. They were calmer, less aggressive than others. Over time, only the friendlier wolves stayed near humans. The aggressive ones stayed away or didn't survive near human areas. So generation after generation, these calmer wolves reproduced. And slowly, they began to change. They became less fearful, more tolerant, more curious, and eventually more social with humans. This is what scientists call self-domestication. After thousands of years, these wolves were no longer exactly wolves. They had changed. Their behavior was different. Their appearance slowly changed too. They became smaller, less aggressive, more expressive. And this is when the first true dogs appeared. Not fully wild, not fully domesticated, but something in between. Here's something interesting. Dogs can understand human emotions better than almost any other animal. They can read your face, your tone, your body language, and this ability started developing thousands of years ago. As the bond grew stronger, dogs became more than just scavengers. They became partners. They helped humans hunt, track animals, guard camps, and warn of danger. In return, humans gave them food, protection, and eventually, a place in their lives. As humans traveled, dogs traveled with them, across continents, across climates. And over time, different breeds developed. Some were built for speed, some for strength, some for companionship, And today, there are hundreds of dog breeds, all different, but all connected to the same origin. Mind-blowing facts: dogs share about 99.9% of their DNA with wolves. Dogs were the first animal ever domesticated by humans. Some ancient dog remains date back over 14,000 years. Think about that. Dogs have been with humans longer than farming, longer than cities, longer than recorded history. So here's something to think about. When your dog looks at you, when it follows you, when it protects you, is that just training? Or is that something ancient, something passed down from wolves that chose humans thousands of years ago? Now I want to ask you something. Do you think dogs chose humans, or humans chose dogs? And what is the most wolf-like behavior you've seen in your dog? Comment your answer below. I read every single one. And some of your stories might surprise everyone. Dogs are more than pets. They are survivors, partners, and living proof of one of the most incredible relationships in history. From wild wolves to loyal companions, their journey is still continuing right beside us.